Hello and welcome to Master Effects. I'm here today to show you how to master the following effect. With this effect, you can create a simple animation to simulate the data transfer on a computer or any other device. The animation contains a loading bar, a percentage preview, and the animation for the moving data. I want to keep the tutorial as simple as possible, so I might skip some minor steps and concentrate on the important ones. The small preview I gave you is not the animation in real time. The full animation is 30 seconds long. As you can see, there are already some compositions I created. I already created a simple background and an empty composition for the animation itself. The background is just to simulate some desktop background. Another composition I created already is a composition for the frame of the data transfer. I just created this simple retro style frame to sell this effect. It's no animation in here, so just put some shapes together, create some small icons for exit, maximize and minimize. The design aspect is key. I choose a retro style effect, but if you want a modern style effect, you have to create the design for it. This sells the effect and you can create your own style you need for your footage. So, for the start we put our just created frame into the animation composition. For the loading bar animation, we start with a rectangular shape and put it on top of the frame. Just choose the option No Fill and set the contours to white. Adjust the size to a proper amount. In my case, I set the size to 10. To create the loading bar, we create a single line and place it in the center of the rectangle. We change the contour settings to a dotted line and change the size to something bigger that fits in. In my case, I choose 180 as the size. Now the bar itself is ready and we can create the animation. If you choose a different style, keep in mind to make some changes in the bar design as well. Before we are going further, we rename our existing shapes to bar frame and bar animation. Because we don't only want to animate the bar itself, we are going to create a null object. On top of that, we use the slider control effect. Now we can animate the slider from value 0 to 100. To lose the uniform load animation, we create some more random keyframes and shift them a little bit around. After that, we duplicate some and place them with a few seconds between each other. That creates some pause section where the bar is not moving, as well as some sections where the bar moves slower and faster. To link the animation with the loading bar itself, we use the trim path effect. Then we connect the values of the effect with the created keyframes of the null object. As soon as they are linked together, the bar moves the same way as the keyframes. We are now going to create the loading percentage view. We need two text objects, one pre-filled with any text and one filled with a percentage. The first one I am going to fill with 100. We place both objects on the right side under the loading bar. Now we link the source text with the animation value. You can see there's some slight issues with the decimal places, so let's fix that. To fix that, we use the math round expression. We multiplicate the value with 100, round the value with the math round expression, and finally divide through 100 again. That creates the percentage with 2 decimal places. After that, we can slightly adjust the position to our liking. We now finished the loading animation itself. Let's continue with the document transfer animation. We start with 3 icons I chose from Google. As you can see, they doesn't fit that well into my design. I don't want to explain that in detail, but I used some keying effects and colorize effects to adjust them to my likings. Then I can resize and reposition them. For the document animation, I first create a path which I adjust to fit my vision. That will be the animation path for the icon itself. Just go to the path settings itself and copy the path. Locate the position options of the document icon and paste the path. Now it automatically creates an animation to fit the path. All you have to do is to use the expression loop out to loop through the animation. With that expression, we save us some time to create the repeating keyframes. In addition, we animate the transparency to fit in. Also use the loop out expression to repeat the animation. Make sure both animations are the same length and the start and the end keyframes are on the same position to avoid an offset of both animations. On top of that, we can look into the main composition. I also created here a small animation for the position and scale to create the illusion that the transfer is starting and the animation is built up. Now you have the basic animation. To better sell the effect, I would suggest you add more little details and animations. For the moment I haven't that much time to create and show you a really good animation, but I will upload an example in the future to give you an idea how it could look like. That's it. I hope you were able to follow along and master this effect. If you have any questions or tips for me, feel free to share them in the comments. I also want to mention that I will soon upload an easy to use glitch preset, so don't miss that. All in all, hit the subscribe button, like, share and have fun to master effects.